What's going on, people?
Yo, yo, yo.
It is Saturday, April 28th, 2018. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing really well. Just got off at 9 o'clock this morning. What is it right now? 10 o'clock? I just worked till midnight. I haven't slept yet, so I'm feeling great.
10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturday, April 28th.
Rough night for the home team last night.
Oh,
very rough.
The Cavs, yeah.
Getting blown out by what?
So, Game 7, LeBron, let's, well, actually, I shouldn't be saying LeBron. I should say every other person on that team but LeBron. Let's see what you got, because you know LeBron's going to bring it, so.
That's actually a great topic real quick before we get crazy into our pod today, man. Like, how fucked up is it of us as fans that we always just throw the weight on LeBron's shoulders? Like, regardless, this man does nothing but produce. Like, literally does nothing wrong at all.
And not even
he just... Yeah, I would say especially because he has done wrong before everybody has done wrong. But I would say these last couple of years, the man really hasn't done anything wrong at all. He's put up his part. Like, he's definitely being consistent, but we're always so damn hard on him. And I don't want to say you and I, but like just we as fans, like us in general. Like, people are so damn hard on the man. They're still being hard on him now. Like, if he loses in 7 this series, like, dude, he's played in a phenomenal series, regardless.
Absolutely. He's done everything he can.
Yeah, like, but he's going to, his legacy's tarnished, you know? Like, it's going to...
I think to the less well-versed basketball fan, they would see that as LeBron choked. LeBron can't get past the first round. When you look at everything he's done, his numbers are just absolutely insane. And his production's been insane. It's the inconsistency of all the pieces around him. It's a diehard Cavs fan. I've kind of, if they lose in the first round, they lose in the first round. It sucks, but I don't know. I think the absolute ceiling for this team with LeBron, unless something miraculous happens and someone steps up and starts playing out of their minds, I think they're going to have a really, even if they get past this round, I think they're going to have a really hard time making it out of the next round, out of the round after that. So I think at this point, you have to think it would be a pretty colossal achievement if they made it to the NBA Finals again.
Well, this is my very unpopular opinion, especially around here since we're living in Ohio. Okay. But I was saying this to my roommate last night, and you could have swore that I just told this man the worst news ever in the world because he got pissed off. But I was saying last night, it was probably midway through the second quarter, and it was still a tight game, but it was like right before the Pacers started going off, or like I think they went up to 10.5.
Yeah.
I said it right before they about went on their run, and which I think added more heat to the flame, or more fire to the... Whatever, more smoke to the fire, I should say.
Gas in the fire.
Yeah. I was saying, I would love to see somebody that isn't the Warriors or Cavs make it to the finals this year, or even the Rockets. Seriously, I know the Rockets haven't, and James Harden hasn't or anything, but I mean they're just so damn good right now. Like, I'd rather see anybody win. Like, I want to see like the Pelicans win, or. See the Pelicans win, or see I don't want to say the Pacers, but because I don't really give a shit about the Pacers, but I'm saying the Sixers or somebody, seeing somebody different.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're just for the sake of variety.
Yeah, because dude, I can't lie, man. I know it'd be great for LeBron and everything, but I would for him to win. But there's almost, for me at least, there's almost little to absolute no chance that he wins the finals this year, and I'd rather see him probably get bumped in the first round than seeing him get swept in the finals. Maybe he's lost and losing 5. Like, that's just me, because I don't. At the end of the day, it's not my life. So it's at the end, I really don't care what LeBron does and what he doesn't do. But for me, as just a casual fan that just loves the game of basketball and doesn't really have a favorite player at this point or favorite team or anything, I want to see somebody completely different win. Yeah. It would be kind of cool to see the Sixers win because, seeing little Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, and these guys are so young, but they do have a very, very old, or not old, but a pretty, seasoned, they have a bunch of seasoned vets, I should say, and JJ Redick and, Ilyasova, and you keep going, but it would be cool to see a rookie, come up, basically 2 rookies, virtually 2 rookies come up, maybe 3 even, with Fultz. Is Fultz playing right now?
He is, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how well he's been playing. I haven't kept up, but I just know Ben Simmons and Joel have been playing out of their damn minds as young kids just coming into the league. But
I've pretty much come to terms, just as a basketball fan and as a Cavs fan, that LeBron's probably gone. and I'm okay with that. I'm totally at peace with that.
Dude, I was totally thinking he was gone, but until you see all the pieces that are about to be in the free agency, like he could easily. For him, you got to think like it. Okay, you're telling me that I could go out and get a Kawhi Leonard, or I could go out and get a Paul George, which I don't know if you want Paul George this time, but like you go get a big piece. Russell Westbrook even like you get somebody huge and you can stay and look like the good guy. Like it's definitely you know LeBron more than I'd say like his ego. He definitely has one. He's an ego-driven guy. Like I think that would really help him in his head staying in Cleveland, not getting all that bad shit again.
I guess we could just kind of leave it at this because we could talk about this for an hour.
Didn't even plan on it, but yeah.
I think the earlier the Cavs lose in the playoffs, the worse it is for two reasons. A, what message are you sending to LeBron that the team around you is capable of winning right now? Because winning's the number one priority for him. All right, so that's not good. The earlier you lose in the playoffs, the less competitive that team is, and he's going to see that.
Yeah.
But I think what's even more important is the earlier you lose in the playoffs, the more time LeBron has to pick up that phone, start talking to people, start talking to other players.
Oh, yeah.
Start working some things because LeBron is a very influential guy in the NBA. He's all about the power play. He's all about making power moves. And he's earned that right. So I don't think that bodes well for the Cavs. I think you give LeBron a month while the playoffs are still going on to go out to LA to start meeting this player A at this bar, start meeting player B at this nightclub, start meeting player C, to go work out with this player. I don't think these are good things.
No.
I don't think that leans in the Cavs' favor, but...
Well, this is shaping up into a perfect sequence, actually. Let me tell you, because we're coming off the perspective pod into the conspiracy pod today. And this actually, we were talking earlier about even if we were going to throw in sports conspiracies or anything.
Okay.
And now that we're talking basketball, I just have one conspiracy that I've been playing out for the longest.
All right, let's hear it.
I would love to hear what you got to say.
All right, let's hear it.
So, my little thing is that I think that all these guys, because we see that everybody probably thinks that the actual NBA as an organization has everything under wraps and everything, and people hear all the time that it's it's rigged.
Okay.
I think these players, man, like they're you see LeBron, he's the prime example. You see these guys actually having a personality and being moguls outside of the NBA now, using their platform to become bigger. I think they're smarter than any player before when it came to if a league owned you or if you kind of own the league. And I really personally think that there's some sort of chance out there that LeBron has his little group of the Chris Paul, Dwayne Wade, and Carmelo, which everybody looks up to those guys in the league right now.
Yeah,
because they're the older ones now. They're all the elders.
The OGs.
Yeah, and they're all well respected. But I think they got some kind of rigged system in themselves, like where they're telling players where to go to make the right stories for like that they want to know. Because I think if they understand that they're in control of what the media talks to them about, and they could be, why wouldn't they do it? Because I know they're sick and tired of hearing all the bullshit that they don't want to deal with. So why not play it in your favor and get all these players to go certain places that would take some heat off you at this point, but bring it onto them real quick, and it's all just some inside joke to them, and they all say fuck you.
Well, I will say, I think LeBron, one of the things he has mastered, maybe even just as much as he's mastered his basketball skills on the court, is how to manipulate the narrative. I think he's all about controlling the narrative.
Yep.
And what is said about him, about his team, about his surroundings. And, I know Bill Simmons has talked about this. LeBron's Maverick Carter, that is in charge of Clutch Sports, which... has agents that represent multiple high-profile athletes in the NBA. And LeBron, that's LeBron's best friend. But nobody ever really says anything about how that could definitely be a conflict of interest, that one of LeBron's best friends is also at the front of a sports agency firm that has a lot of big movers and shakers in the NBA.
Yep.
You talk about the power LeBron has. I mean, I don't think we've seen a player that has the power LeBron has in the influence. And the NBA right now, I think more than ever is a players' league. I mean, can you think of a league? The NFL, absolutely not.
No.
Roger Goodell's not relinquishing any of that power.
That's why everybody hates him.
The MLB, no. I mean, I guess maybe you could say soccer. Maybe.
No, but it's not even.
You don't think
no,
where they have?
I think they're more. I think they're. No, I think they're more.
I mean, I know they're as big of stars, if not bigger stars globally.
Well, they're bigger, yeah. Yeah, that's the number one sport in the world.
Yeah,
but
at least as far as the influence and the pull they have within their league to control the narrative.
Yeah.
And the media and what's said about them. Yeah, and LeBron's he's at the top of the.
Oh yeah, I mean look at the brand you're wearing right now. The shoes that I wore here, like our favorite brand, I'm pretty sure Nike. Like the man has nothing to do with NBA other than just their players. And look, he's in control of Nike.
That's the interesting thing is these guys now it's not just you go play basketball, work out, try to take good care of yourself.
Yeah.
You know, go vacation in the off season. These dudes are about their brands right now. You know.
Yeah.
The amount of NBA players you see in commercials alone. I mean, this is just fair weather fan or just common American. Like, you see basketball players in commercials way more than any other athletes.
Yeah.
You know, so
do you take it a step further? Yeah, Steph Curry runs Under Armour. You know, James Harden took over Adidas.
Yeah. You know, Steph Curry wants to say, hey, you know, I want to come out with a low top shoe that's all white, that's super boring for dads. Then he can do that. Yeah. They're going to give him the green light.
And that's what he's doing. I mean, damn.
You like that shot? I just
completely. I love how much you hate my man here. He's not even my man. No, I can't say that.
You know, it's so funny. I was at Marshall's last night and I saw a pair of them for like $30 on the bottom shelf. I was like, oh man. I know some people like buy them like to be funny. You know, but the whole thing, they're not that ugly as shoes. The Steph Curry.
He has a few that are nice.
He has a few that aren't bad. I always thought it was kind of funny how
I hate Under Armour shoe though.
Yeah, I'm not a big Under Armour guy. I think they still have some catching up to do as far as the performance shoe goes. Not to say they can't get there, but they got some catching up to do. And, you know, it'll come with time. But let's get into what we wanted to do today.
Yeah.
So I want to do something a little different. Just kind of set up the premises podcast a little different. So we're both, and I'm sure anyone that's listening to our podcast knows that we're definitely interested in conspiracy theories. We find them very thought-provoking. So I want to do something a little different. We've talked about them a lot through the years.
Oh, yeah.
And so here's how we're going to do this, okay? I hope this doesn't come off as a little gimmicky or kind of like talking heads like, but I don't know. We both came up with a list of conspiracy theories. Some are big ones. Some are maybe not so big ones, popular, unpopular, whatever. I don't know what's on your list. You don't know what's on my list. We're going to go rapid fire 10 conspiracy theories. So I'm going to say one. I'm just going to name one off my list. Steven does not know what's coming at him. He's going to say he is very intrigued by this. He's slightly intrigued. Or he's not intrigued at all by this. Meaning pretty much there's something to this or there might be something or this just doesn't do it for me. It doesn't grease my wheels. We're going to put a timer on each one. I'm thinking 5 minutes. So he's going to give his response. I'll come back, give mine. We're going to rapid fire. I'm going to shoot off 5. He's going to shoot off 5.
Yeah.
Did I forget anything?
The only reason we even have the timer is because, no joke, we could spend 2 hours on each single one of these. So
one of these we could talk about forever.
We got to be in control of ourselves here.
So we're going to try to be disciplined about this. Do you want to go first or do you want me to?
I was just going to ask.
You go first. You fire one at me. The timer is on.
Alrighty, let's get this then. Alright, so I'm just going to let you know now that this is called Intrigue, and I love coming on here and talking about what we actually find intriguing. Okay. And so I'm a pretty big conspiracy theorist myself. Like, I definitely look into a lot of them. I've heard all of them in the world, or I haven't heard all of them because there's some crazy ones out there. I've heard definitely some of the ones, the more realistic ones, and then also the awful ones. But so I definitely, for myself at least, I think I have a good little ear for them. So I'm gonna come at you pretty strong with them because these are the ones that I find intriguing.
All right, you gonna fire one? Go ahead.
Yeah, here's my first one. I'm gonna try. This is probably my smallest one.
Okay, let's hear it.
But in these last few months, I've definitely found it to be pretty kind of crazy, and it might be something that might be having to look into. I know we can't personally look into this, but okay. So a pyramid, the pyramids in Egypt and everything. Yeah. I'm not talking about how these things were built because we could go on a crazy talk about that. But have you ever heard about the pyramid that's in Antarctica? And this is what
as you say that, I'm crossing off one off my list.
I was gonna say because the thing that blows my mind.
I will say very intrigued by this.
Very intrigued.
I am very intrigued by this. I don't know a ton about Antarctica and everything.
No one does.
It's going on there, which in and of itself might be by design that I don't know.
Do you know that, real quick, did you know that that's the only place on the planet that we know of that is not, that everybody is like, came to acceptance that there cannot be any war fought over or any bombs, anything detonated, like no controversial, like
it's like a no combat zone.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only place on this planet.
Yeah,
and nobody owns it. Nothing. Like,
there's no government. No one has sovereignty over it. Yeah.
Which I have another conspiracy coming off of this one that will get almost even more in depth of Antarctica, but the pyramid in Antarctica. Because that's just the one I want to focus on right now. Because
I'm gonna say, now I'll be honest, I haven't heard a whole lot about a pyramid there, but I know that there is always scientists there. There's always government officials there. They're always conducting some sort of research.
Yep.
And you can never really seem to find out that much details about it.
Yep.
Unless maybe you really dig. So I am gonna say I'm very intrigued.
Yeah.
So timer's going. You go ahead.
All right. Clearly, I'm pretty intrigued about this. Is why I brought it up. But so clearly we know there's pyramids in Egypt, and there's even talks about there's pyramids known to be in the Amazon, and that's the thing that kind of blows my mind, because there's also like images of pyramids on just not our moon but other planets' moons in our solar system and everything, and it's mind blowing to see. I should just say I'm very intrigued what pyramids are actually meant to be, or what they are, or like what the meaning, I should say, what's the meaning of them, because they seem to be everywhere on our Earth, on our planet. They seem to be everywhere pretty much on our moon, or not everywhere, I shouldn't say, but like I think there's one or two of them that have already been known on the moon, and not just like Mars either, but other moons as well, which you can look into. But dude, it's really kind of crazy to me, man. And there's even if you get on the Google Maps or whatever, that's where this whole pyramid in Antarctica became a thing, because people are getting so crazy on that Google Maps. They're just searching for days in just random places, like in the Sahara Desert and stuff, and they're finding stuff all the time. And the pyramid one, they found a bunch all over Earth, just more than just the ones we already know of. And that's the thing that blows my fucking mind. Like, it kind of makes me wonder what we actually do know about our planet. Because I think there's so much, because we can not only talk about what's under the water and everything, but or under our ocean, that we will never even probably know of in our living existence. But pyramids, man, they blow my mind. They seem to be everywhere.
I
do not know the meaning. It kind of always reminds me of I don't want to say aliens or nothing, but like definitely a more advanced civilization that was once here before and has been everywhere in our solar system. Like, I feel like they got it off.
I've always held to the belief that at least the Great Pyramids of Giza act as some sort of GPS system for maybe some extraterrestrial travelers, because if you lay out
directly in line with Orion's belt,
the middle one points right to the middle of Orion's belt, which is a major astrological
that we couldn't even do today, is what they said.
And if you lay out a map flat of the Earth, the pyramids of Giza are in the exact middle.
Wow!
Did you ever hear that one?
No, that blew my mind. I never even heard that.
That's in the exact middle of the Earth. In all directions.
Stonehenge has some freaky shit too, because that's a clock. They think it's but it's a way more in depth.
All right. So that's a good one, and the timer is just about up. So both very intrigued about pyramids in Antarctica. All right, you ready?
Yeah, hit me with them.
All right, I got one for you. How do you feel about? It's a paradox, and we're going to talk about foods a little bit. Okay, so. And we talk about diet and what we're eating all the time.
Yep.
The fact that healthy foods are expensive, and to eat them on a regular basis, less Americans, in theory, can afford them. But your unhealthy foods that are huge portions, are loaded with sugar, loaded with trans fat, are less expensive. It's a paradox that if you really want to be healthy, you have to spend more money, which is harder for more people to do. Which, you look at the bigger picture, eat more bad food, get more heart disease. More heart disease, more people in the hospital. More people in the hospital, the higher ups, these big corporations get more money. So do you buy into the conspiracy that we really could be producing this super healthy food that the earth gives us for a lot less? We just choose.
Oh, I'm extremely interested. That's the thing I didn't even write down because to me, it's so real.
It's almost
not even a conspiracy.
Not even a conspiracy.
But I know some people believe other ways, so technically it's under the conspiracy, I guess, thing. But dude, I'm very intrigued by that. It was hilarious that you even brought that up because yesterday I was at the store with my roommate again, actually, and he just needed a snack, and he was like, "Dude, I just need this healthy one. We're at Five Below, and there is nothing but chocolates on chocolates, and they're only 50 cents to $1 or something, and then you get the pistachios, the little tiny bags of pistachios, and they're like $4 or something, like something unreal." And he's like, "Dude, I don't know what to get. I want to get something healthy, but I can't. I'm not going to spend $4 on a little tiny bag of pistachios I can get for it's like a full bag of for however like $5 at Walmart." And I was like, "Dude, I mean, shit, son, you're gonna have to get the chocolate. It's cheaper." But like that's sad because I'm right there with you because as you know, as somebody that works out all the time and everything, like for a fact, once you start eating healthier, your mind's healthier. You feel better about yourself. It's something you can't even describe. Honestly, it's something you have to go through to even realize. Like, it always blows my mind, too, because I'm pretty sure, I don't want to say we're the only country that does this, like, the charges are crazy, but we're one of the only few that charge higher up on the healthier foods in the world. Like, I'm pretty sure you got, in China and stuff, I know they're not the cleanest and everything, but, like, they got the little markets up all the time of the fresh apples and all that stuff. And it's cheap. Like, you see people just trading, basically.
How about a few pods back, we talked about fast foods, and was it Chick-fil-A and how much they've come on? I mean, look at the convenience and how easy it is.
And look how fake that food is, dude. It blows my mind.
To swing through McDonald's, to swing through Wendy's, to swing through Taco Bell, and just like, I'm just going to get this, this little burrito, whatever. And there are times, like, you get done with a workout. Like, I always think, like, okay, I put this workout in, I got to get some protein back in me. And it is. How easy would it be to just swing through McDonald's and pick up like a chicken wrap or something like that, which aren't that bad for you, but still.
Oh no,
but I mean, they're not that great for you.
The worst thing you actually think. Yeah, that's the crazy thing.
Or it's a burger, whatever it might be. So
how about to take this to the next level even more is the fact that they do take the all the healthier foods and everything, and they turn them into worse than they actually should be. Like, they put preservatives and shit in them. Like, for you would think you're getting something healthy at McDonald's, right? You want to get something healthy, they got the nice salads, right? Do you know those are more fattening than their burgers?
Yeah.
Yeah, that blows my damn mind, man.
I've heard that.
And it's not just like it might have more carbs, or not carbs, or whatever. It might have more, whatever, calories in it, but it burns off faster. Like, no, it's actually way worse. Like, it's fake shit.
You could buy this salad that's, the size of a laptop, and you load it up with salad dressing, and all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute.
And what about oranges, dude? They pound them up with sugar.
Yeah.
Like, dude, oranges are awful for you. Like, they take a lot of healthier fruits and vegetables, and they put all this bad shit in them, sugars and everything. And I was listening. If you ever listen to the Joe Rogan Experience, he talks about all the damn time about sugar agencies back in the day. Like, basically, we're in bed with the the food inspectors and everything, and like all the health nuts, and they basically just told everybody like salts and sugars are like healthy as fuck for you, and you gotta like put everything in them. But no, they were just killing people because it was cheaper, or they were making a shit ton of money.
Just clogging up those arteries,
dude. It was what's caused all these problems. It's the realest thing in the world. I don't give a fuck. The U.S. is fucked up.
Oh man,
we are fucked up when it comes to. Arteries. So yeah, that's very intriguing to me. I'm pretty sure it's real.
All right. So. It is your turn. Fire one off at me. And go.
Alrighty. So, I'm actually probably just going to take off right from the Antarctica part. Okay. Because I'll just go with this one. Okay. So, I'm sure you've heard of the Hollow Earth theory?
Yep.
Okay. Well, here's where the only thing that actually for me that even gets intriguing on it, because I've heard of it so much, and some of the parts sound stupid, but there are. I just see, this is my thing that you can't believe everything you see on the internet and everything, but I've seen. There's this one popular image that went around, or that goes around, that was literally from the USS or the ISS, whatever. No, it's USS, right? The United States spaceship or the space station up there.
Well, space station.
Yeah. Okay, well they have a 24/7 live feed going on at all times. Mm-hmm. Well, there was like this huge image that came out like a year ago or something that showed like they cut the scene and everything because they've been really known to cut their scenes, but they showed like it looked to be a big ass circle in one of the poles. I'm pretty sure it was the North Pole at the time.
Okay.
But people think that there's a North Pole and South Pole. There's entrances at both of them, mm-hmm. and that's why no planes are allowed flying over either of them. The poles you're not allowed flying over, and there's no there. And why is there the fact that we were talking about Antarctica being like a no war game or anything like no
combat zone,
combat zone, no war zone or anything. Like, it kind of makes sense, man, because they're always flying people to Antarctica. They're always, like, you're hearing it all the time. Like, they're flying, like, whoever, the first lady, the first, geez, I'm trying to think. They flew in,
like, prime ministers.
Well, yeah, all those, but I'm talking, and then they bring in astronauts all the time. Like, Buzz Aldrin was just there, like, 3 times in, like, 2 months, like last November. And it's, like, for what, And, like, what can there possibly be out there? Like, seriously. So, but they also so the other thing too is that they think that there's an underground civilization. Like they think there's like an inside sun in the hollow earth or whatever. Mm-hmm. Which because we have this thing kind of blows my mind because the core of our planet is like how hot is it? Something ridiculously hot.
Thousands of degrees.
Something crazy. Mm-hmm. Like it kind of like if there are holes in there and like it could make sense of like I don't know if you ever heard lately. Because they think there's underground tunnels and stuff too, which that's another one I'll probably bring up. But lately there's been so many big mystery like booms like nobody knows of. Like you're outside, like you can just hear it and you think it's thunder, but it's like 40 times as loud. It's been all over the U.S. news lately, like in every state. Like seriously, like you have to look it up. It's sickening how many reports there are. Okay. And dude, that could easily be caused by people building underground and everything because that. I just want Elon Musk has always said that he wants to do underground tunnels and stuff. Yeah. And after being in New York, brother, the last few times I've been in New York, I don't know how many times now in my life in the last few years. Like, dude, to see how pretty crazy like their underground tunnels are for the subway systems and everything, and they did that so long ago. Yeah, dude, you're telling me that they wouldn't. There's no chance that there's underground tunnels or anything now that nobody knows of, but just for the higher ups and everything, like it kind of makes sense to me, man. Like I don't know about the Hollow Earth, like that one being as real, but like the actual like underground tunnels and stuff, that's the shit that kind of blows my mind because that could totally make sense of why we're hearing huge ass booms. Because that could be the planet, like we're cracking the core and everything. Like we could be doing so much shit.
So pretty much. I just want to make sure.
I went everywhere there.
Yeah,
I know. I'm sorry. Everywhere there.
So the idea that there's like an underground tunnel system and a possible civilization living.
Yeah. So so it could either be. Let me get more there. Okay, so the Hollow Earth theory. Is one I brought up, which I should have stayed on more, but yeah. So, what's your take on there being entrances in the North or South Poles? Like, I'd have to show you this shit because there's kind of some crazy research out there that people have done. That but at the same time, you can't believe everything you see on.
Exactly. I'll go slightly intrigued on this one, if only because I can't say I'm that terribly well versed on it, and I haven't read a whole lot. I do know. The North Pole and the South Pole, there is like a measurable magnetic pull.
Well, that's what they wanted. That's what they say.
Yeah.
But that could be just a reason for people never to go there, never
to fly over there.
Yeah.
I guess my thought. Okay, if there are underground civilizations, Hollow Earth, whatever this might be, then I would come back and just question it and say, well, how do you explain volcanoes? Where's all that magma coming from? How do you explain super volcanoes?
Yeah.
Because obviously you couldn't live in those conditions, right? Or maybe there's...
well, that's the thing. You don't know what could be.
Maybe there's something that does. Now...
So, yeah, that one, like,
I'll say slightly intrigued on this one.
Yeah, that one I'm not... Okay, so, like, take it to a deeper level. So I'll break that up into 2 things. So yeah, because the Hollow Earth one, like I could kind of believe there's an entrance, but I don't believe in the underground. Like the inner world, like living that like, people think like aliens or whatever. Like I don't think of that. But when you actually do look into like underground civilizations, because Elon Musk has already talked about he wants to do Teslas. He wants to have a whole underground, like where you can get from LA to New York in like 45 minutes or something. But you have to have a Tesla and everything to get under there. Well, if he's willing to do that, and only him, like he's just somebody that wants to do it for cars. There's got like you don't think that all the people in the government that need like the higher ups that need to go places like all the time. You don't think they have a faster travel because they're not going to travel on planes. They're not gonna, like I'm sure they get sick of having their own private jets even. Like I'm sure it's way easier to just hop on this fast ass plane like you would see or a train like you would see in like the Matrix or something. Like it totally makes sense, man. Because like for real, if I'm one of the higher up, dude, if you and I like have all the money in the world and we know more about the planet than like the average person does, dude, of course you're gonna probably get money hungry or power hungry, and you're gonna be like, well, fuck that. Like if you're telling me this could go down, like, well, let me be safer than all these people. Like let me live better than these people. Like they can travel by road. Fuck that.
I will say there's always gonna be people that are looking for the next big thing or the way to make life more convenient and to make it easier. And I mean, just look at how far we've come in travel over the last 50 years. So the thought that there are people who have the resources, the money to find a way to do this.
Yeah.
I will say, like, just kind of listening to our conversation, trying to be on fly on the wall for this right now. It sounds like there's so much down there that we don't know that I'm slightly intrigued.
Well, the reason that makes me very intrigued about the underground tunnel systems and everything is when you go to New York, bro. You went there. We rode the tunnels and everything. We went through. Dude, like you're telling me, I'm pretty sure I looked it up. I think I don't want to get it wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was made in like the 1920s or something that was created, or it might have been 1940s at the absolute latest. But I'm pretty sure it was the 20s. You're telling me in the last 100 years of not only the last 50 years, we already talked about in the last couple pods that we're so much more advanced now. Technologically. Like, dude, you're telling me there's no possible way that they could have upgraded this, like, for whoever wants to use it? Like, because, dude, that shit's pretty diverse down there. Or not diverse, I don't know why I said diverse, but that shit's pretty, like, crazy down there. I don't know what word I'm looking for, but, like, for New York, like, that shit's pretty cool. The shit's definitely... took a lot of time and a lot of thinking on to get that shit to be so nice. But you're telling me in 100 years that's all that we could have came up with? Like there's got to be something.
I think thinking about what we're talking about now, some really next level big like revolutionary type things. I think just peel it back and look at even the most basic level of it. The subway system and the sewer systems that we have in our country and around the world.
Oil. We dig for oil like it's nothing.
Like those things and the mine system that we have. I mean, those are incredible in themselves. Yeah. But if you really look at the big picture, I mean, you really, literally just scratching the surface.
Look in Egypt, like in their pyramids and stuff. They dig underground. There's tunnels. Yeah. That shit goes underground. Like, dude, if they can do it, I'm just saying, man. We have the technology and everything now that anybody could easily.
I'm sure there's a lot of information out there that we just flat out aren't privy to.
So yeah, sorry for that being so damn confusing. So I pretty much split that up into two of them.
We'll basically call that like Hollow Earth and what is going on underneath.
Yeah, because there's two different Hollow Earths. I would say because there's the one that people think just the higher ups build under and have all that shit, but then there's the one that everybody thinks like there's like aliens or like the green people living in, which like you never know. Because you truly never know if you physically have not seen it for yourself. But that one just doesn't sound as realistic. But the underground tunnels and shit for the higher ups, that shit blows my mind. So,
okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So my turn. Fire one off of you.
Yeah. Throw that out there.
All right. Now again, this could be. I just want to ask you one because I don't know how I feel. Well, actually, I know how I feel about this one, but I want to see how you feel about this one. What are your thoughts on the idea that there is a reptilian race of higher ups? You've heard about the reptilians, and there's always videos and things that claim that like very high influential people in the government, whatever, are of a reptilian species, which could be an ancient species on Earth or an extraterrestrial species. Slightly intrigued, very intrigued, not intrigued at all. What do you think?
See, I when I first found out about that, I was very intrigued. But like now that I've done research and everything, I'm slightly intrigued. But here's a reason why that I've been slightly, because for a little bit I completely just threw that out, like there was no possible way that there are reptilians or whatever. But you and I, that one time we watched that video that Obama's secret agent or whatever, like you can see his bald head like shape, like shape,
shapeshifters. Yeah, that's another
that's exactly it.
component of this.
Tongue twister. Well, that's what they think they can do. Well, okay, so here's the reason that I kind of slightly am intrigued by it. Okay. It's just because of all this crazy, all the crazy shit that that we don't even know that their scientists are doing. Yeah. Like, cause you know back in the day that like Hitler and all them were doing some crazy fucking crazy shit to people, like some
trying
crazy,
to make super soldiers and things like that. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure sooner or later we make all these movies, and you've heard it all the time that a lot of these movies, they probably are getting dripped down legit stuff from from people they get close to, because you see it all the time where movies call it from 30 years ago. They're calling the future.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I don't know how lucky it really is, but dude, so I think the more that like I'm saying, like you just look at us and how technologically advanced we're becoming, and how crazy our scientists are becoming, how smart they are, and how crazy good our surgeons are, and we know more about the human body than we ever had before, dude. There's a total chance that those people, because like the one we did see was that one video that's probably the biggest out there for reptilian or shape-shifting is the Obama's
it was a secret service agent.
So that's what I'm saying. Of course they're going to be doing that to those people, or like our armed forces and everything. Like they're going to be getting like the best people, the higher ups that are like probably already the most athletic, like I guess I should say most athletic or strongest. They already got everything on them already.
So you think it's more of a genetically modified?
Yeah. Human? Oh yeah. For sure.
You don't think it could be an entirely different race? Or
no, I see.
Different species.
I totally believe that thing. Like, because I'm sure that there's anything that you could possibly think of has a potential of being real somewhere in this crazy universe that we live in.
Okay.
Like anywhere. I'm talking millions, billions of light years away from us. Yeah, like there could be reptilians walking a planet that like know all that shit and they became smart. But I think that they came down to us and like just put themselves amongst us and stuff. I mean, hey, that would be really cool to think of, but no, I truly don't. I think it would be way more I think they've caused way more havoc than that, unless they're just smart as fuck. Which I'm slightly intrigued.
Going by what you say, the fact that it could just be genetically modified humans, I will say slightly intrigued by this one. The idea of an entire different race or entire different species seems a little outlandish to me. I will say that, if you look at, and maybe I could be wrong on this, but reptiles in general are incredible survivors.
Oh yeah, they adapt to everything. They're the best adapters in the world, probably. Some
of them still, to this day, were around during, the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
So I guess it's kind of the way you took it, which is fine. I love the conversation went this way. Kind of leaning towards a whole entire human experimentation and trying to absolutely push the limits of human ability in a lab or in a test tube. That's definitely intriguing to me. I don't know how morally sound it is to do that, to be met, because but very interesting, very, very interesting things there. So I will go slightly intrigued.
And the only other thing because I'm wearing an alien shirt right now. I have an alien tattoo. Yeah. I'm a huge believer of aliens, and that's a reptilian could be an alien. You never know. But the only thing about it is I heard this crazy thing that blew my absolute mind. Dude, our time frames and everything are so thrown off, it's because we think our 80 years on this planet it actually means something, but it's such a tiny blip into what's actually true when it comes. And dude, the possibility of us being around at the same time as a reptilian species could be it probably is pretty damn slim. That's my only thing is you think just in our 80 years that we're going to be the ones that see the reptilians on our planet. That's why I kind of think anything that we truly are going to see on this planet when it comes to reptilians or shape-shifting or anything or some crazy lab experiment. But that's just me, because I'm a huge believer of aliens and shit, but the reptilian ones just
All right, so we're talking about human experiments, and I can't. You're saying this, I couldn't help but think of somewhere I had read about, I had heard about It's called the Dulce base in like the border of Colorado, New Mexico. Supposedly this base where all sorts of paranormal activity have been going on through the years. Obviously it's in like a deserted area where there's one house for every 10 miles.
Yeah.
And you hear of like farmers intercepting weird communications. You hear of like farm animals like just being completely flipped inside out.
Yep.
Stuff like that. And supposedly there's this underground base where humans are taken. It's like a joint human and alien lab where these mutations are done and things like that. And and that's out there in that neck of the woods, the Wild West. Like that's not too far from Area 51. And obviously we could, how much time do you have? We could talk about that probably until the sun goes down. So the Dulce base, which is, look, it has its own Wikipedia page. Now, obviously, depending on how reliable you feel Wikipedia is, I think it is reliable to a degree.
Oh, it can be.
But, the Dulce base, Dulce. And I know it's shown up on, like, some of those, like, shows on, like, the History Channel and conspiracy shows and things like that. So there's something to it, but...
The thing so I never actually heard of that before, so that kind of blows my mind. I can't lie, but like that instantly reminded me of this new documentary that came out within the last few months. It's called Missing 411.
Okay.
And it's about, dude, it's some crazy, I'd have to look this thing up because I don't want to butcher it. And I'm not even going to try, but it's some crazy, ridiculous amount of unsolved, like,
missing persons?
Missing people's things. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So, dude, it's one of the rangers that worked at Yellowstone. Dude, okay. The Pacific Northwest, bro, because those mountains and everything, they go for days, dude. The woods and everything. People go missing there all the damn time. They never find their bodies, never do anything. So it's like, because they seem to always find the ones that like bears kill or like lions kill, whatever. But there's a huge chunk of, like, it's something unrealistic. So
just
like,
gone without a trace.
Yeah, just gone. And it kind of blows my mind that that's literally this Dulce base is exactly where this is. And you've heard it all. I don't know if you ever heard about how crazy the mysteries are around how mysterious Yellowstone is, about when people actually do go missing, or like what happens to them and everything.
Yeah.
And then they'll just be thrown right back on the, like, where they were probably like 2-3 months later from then people find them. Like, dude, there's this story not too long ago. Somebody went missing in New York, like up in I'm pretty sure it's New York, up in the mountains where they was skiing or something.
Like the Allegheny Mountains?
Yeah, and by the next day, this man was reported to be in California. Like, you couldn't have drove that fast there.
Yeah.
He didn't have his wallet, didn't have his cell phone, didn't have absolutely anything for him to even get over there.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know how he got there or anything. But, dude somehow just right there. Like, that shit blows my mind, man.
You know what? That's not the first time I've heard of something like that. So, and obviously, a big component of the UFO conspiracy is abductions and things like that. Yeah. People that say they have the close encounters. So, I don't know, man.
I would really like it to be aliens, but dude, I would not be shocked whatsoever if it's just, the government or whoever the fuck's running the Dulce base there, or whoever it may be that are just taking people.
Stranger Things, man.
Dude.
Stranger Things. We both love that show.
Yep, it's literally it's the underground.
Oh man,
it's the upside down, bro.
There's always people that have power and have money. They're not always, and we've talked about this. This has been a common theme of our pod. It's just like that people are not inherently good, I don't feel.
No, not at all. And the older you get, the more you realize.
Maybe they are, but it's just like once you start getting that money and that power and that influence, not everyone's going to use it for good.
I just think for the most part there are good people in this world, but
I do.
When there's the bad ones, there are bad ones. Like, how many people have you met that like are just that
there are people that just flat out
there, and they're awful, man.
Just flat out evil.
Yeah, so that's what it is.
All right, so we went from reptilians to human experiments to gone without
aliens to
But you know what? I think it's interesting to talk about because I think these all, in a way, kind of are connected. You see how easily they transition from one goes to the other, and I don't know. We don't know. We don't know the truth on any of this stuff, but it's definitely a good exercise.
I don't believe in coincidences, yo. So
I'm the exact same way. So, all right, so fire one at me. 5 minutes.
So yeah, let's make this clear. Is this going to be the last one?
I'm thinking we're going to break this up. This will be a two-parter. So
yeah,
we'll get through 5 today. And,
I'm shocked we actually even got through this many. I'm going to be honest with you.
Fire one at me.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with this one just because I'm gonna save the next two for the next pod. But all right, so this one is probably the most intriguing one to me. From one of my favorite conspiracies, is just the conspiracy that an alien or advanced race or whatever species, whatever it could be, came down to Earth way back when, and some people say had sex with us or whatever and made us smart or whatever, but or some people just say they came down, showed us the way, because I think it's absolutely ridiculous to look back from how far we've really came from, just the Stone Age or whatever, any age you could possibly think of before, man. It's really crazy to think that we have come so far. And realistically, if you really look back in time, man, all of our advances and everything in our timeline of being humans and everything, it's relatively ramped the hell up in just a short amount of time when you really look at how long we've been here. And I know it depends on, some people believe that the planet's a billion years old. Some people believe it's only a couple thousand. Right. Whatever you believe, dude, we have made some crazy advances in a very short matter of seconds. You're not not seconds, but in a big blip of time, a huge long period of time. It is, yeah.
I know we talked about that on the podcast before. But you stretch out the timeline of our planet, how long human beings have been here. It is a very, very small sliver that we've had this technological boom that we have had. So pretty much the idea here, the conspiracy is alien intervention.
Yep.
Okay. I would say very intrigued by this.
Yes.
Very intrigued.
The thing that blows my mind too is that as soon as we, because I sometimes kind of believe that we can already, but as soon as we knowingly and openly can interstellar travel, and actually get to planets and everything in a decent amount of time, and learn how to actually take off from these planets so we can come back and everything, which Elon Musk has been doing a lot with SpaceX. He's done some successful ones, which looks just unreal.
Yeah.
But I know as soon as we can start getting out there and we might find a dumber race or something, are we gonna try to help them out, or are we gonna take them out, dude? That's where I get freaky, because like we're saying, there are bad people out there. If we're looking at a huge thing, if you believe in other life forms and everything on different planets or whatever, different other things that we probably can't even fathom, then there are nice ones and there are bad ones. That's how that shit goes. Yeah. And that's where I kind of sit on the line, because I'm guessing that one day we got lucky as fuck and somebody just came and helped us out. Maybe showed us a few things. Maybe showed us how to, eat shrooms or something. Because that's actually a very intriguing thing too. Minds up. Yeah, but whatever it may be, had sex with us, whatever it might have done, dude, it kind of blows my mind, because it makes me ask us ask that question about us. If we're as humans, regardless if we're alive or not, you and I, when we actually can, travel somewhere else and we actually do find another life form sometime, and it's way less advanced than we are we gonna help them out? Are we gonna squish the bug? Are we gonna kill them, or are we gonna return the favor and advance this life form and try to help them out?
It's very, very interesting to think about. I think humans by nature, honestly, I think
we'd kill them.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
I think we would conquer. I think that's what we would try to do.
That's what we do.
I think that is our nature. I think that we would try to conquer them.
We would be jealous, because everything feels off jealousy. I feel like we'd be jealous in a way that they have probably maybe a safer zone because they haven't killed their planet as much as we have. And then maybe we just take that over.
We show up whoa, look at the resources on this planet.
Look at this new Cadillac. Let me hop up in this bitch.
I like because I've never really thought about it this way, because I always think about, and it kind of seems like, how many science fiction movies have you seen where it's it's the president and he's in a room with all the higher ups and the people that know something about the aliens they're invading. It's all right, are they going to be hostile or are they going to be friendly? And that's kind of the debate, but you never really think about it going the other way. Is it?
You never think about us going the other way.
If we ever encountered,
it's going to happen. It's inevitable.
If it hasn't already.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We never know, bro. Like, what if
would we be the ones that I feel like, and again, it goes back to that theme of, I think when human beings see an opportunity for more power and to expand our grasp on our surroundings,
jump at it.
I think we would try to conquer.
See, okay, this is kind of crazy. I'm going to take this to a whole crazy level. It's going to go full circle. So it kind of goes back to our whole food thing.
Okay.
Where, and this is what I'm trying to say. You got to hear this
from both ways. On every corner.
No, from both ways. It might be more expensive, and it might be harder to eat healthier, and it might, but it makes you feel better, and it's so much easier to eat fat foods. That's the same way that we act. It's so much easier to be mean or to down other people and to eat those fat foods, basically, in that way, than to, it might be more costly over, like, maybe your time, and you might help other people out, but guess what? At the end of the day, you feel way better about yourself. But we're not willing to take that time. We're willing to just do the fast thing that gets us feeling better. It's just, personally, but we like seeing people down and make us feel better.
I honestly, I think, and this might sound like so corny and cheesy, but I can only speak myself, my own personal experiences, and I'm gonna say you probably know what I'm talking about. When I'm positive with people, and when I'm asking people how they're doing, and I'm genuinely caring about people, in a good mood, and just being bringing a positive energy to whatever room you're in, and eating right and trying to take care of yourself, it genuinely makes me happy. But if I'm sitting on Facebook, or if I'm gossiping about someone, or if I'm feeling negative, and if I'm eating like crap, if I'm not taking good care of myself, I am not happy. I really am not. It might feel better to vent for a minute and like put someone down and judge someone, but honestly though, like when I try to say to people, I'm happy for them. Like I'm genuinely happy for them. And there were times where I said that in my life and I didn't mean it. But there are times when I think that's one of those phrases you hear people say, like, I'm happy for you, that, like, is, like, one of the most BS phrases of all time.
I love you, yeah.
Like,
people get sucked into, like
when I say I'm happy for you or good for you, I really mean that.
Yeah,
you know?
Dude, there's so much room for all of us. We can eat. Every single one of us can eat in that, figuratively way, whatever the hell I'm trying to say. But, yeah, it's dude, every one of us can be successful. So, you got one more you want to throw out there? Because I'm definitely taking that.
We gonna split this for a part 2.
Well, we'll do that.
Let's split this for a part 2. So we got through 5 right now. So we're talking about. Let's just to recap. We got pyramids in Antarctica. We talked about the paradox, or the pretty much what everyone knows: the healthy food versus fat.
Which we
food.
do,
Hollow Earth, civilization under the earth. We talked about reptilians and possible human experimentation, and then we wrapped up with alien intervention, more so in like the technological side of our life.
Yeah.
So we will pick up with a part 2.
Yeah, and this is, and sorry guys, I know we're everywhere with these, but these conspiracies seem to just run in together, which, like you were saying, it's kind of makes them even.
I think it's sometimes all you have to do is just kind of like, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna drop this right here and then just kind of walk away and see where this conversation goes. And that's what happens. So
I got some good ones for this next one that I'm excited to launch at you.
All right,
all
right. So we'll be back with you guys for the part 2, hopefully coming up soon. So all right, guys,
take it easy. Have a good weekend.